Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today.
So children, our lesson for today will be a lesson in standard 4th English. Okay, whenever I meet you, I teach you lessons in English, isn't it? And what will be the name of our lesson today? So this lesson is about a class of children. Okay, so in this image also you can see there are many children here. There are 4 children here in the classroom standing in front of a board, isn't it? So in this lesson also you will see that there are certain children in a class who have encountered or who are facing a problem, and now they are trying to solve this problem, and so they are learning also something new. When they are trying to solve this problem, the teacher teaches them something new. So let us also try and see what problem they have and how they try to solve it. Okay, and the name of our lesson is Know Your Formalities. Alright, now you will wonder what the meaning of this word formalities is. So formalities means what? It looks like a big word, but the meaning of formalities is very simple. Come on, let me show you what formalities mean. So see, when you go to school, all right, you are always polite with your friends, with your teachers, with the people who do not teach, like for example the clerk and the other people who work for the school. You always say please, you always say thank you, isn't it? So this is a part of formality. Then when you go to school, you are also following certain rules. You go to school on time, and if you want to go to the toilet, you seek permission from your teacher. You carry your books, you carry your pencil, your all your notebooks, etc., properly according to the timetable. Okay, then you also raise your hand when you want to answer a question or when you want to ask a question. In school, you also share your things with others. If your friend doesn't have a pen on a particular day, you are kind enough to share your pen with your friend, or sometimes you even share your textbook with your friend. Okay, and also in your school, sometimes you will see that we also help others. That is, we take turns means, suppose now there is your teacher takes you to the ground, she takes you to the garden to play, and there is just one swing in the garden, so you take turns, you help your friends also to enjoy. All right, so these are all small things that we do in order to make our lives better, and also in order to make the lives of others better, isn't it? So all these things are called as formalities, or they also called as rules for behavior, or you can also call them as manners. So when you go to school, even at home, your mother or your elder sister or your aunt, your uncle, they teach you these kind of manners, or they teach you how to behave, or they teach you some kind of formalities. Okay, let us move on and let us see what are the other things that we do in our life. Okay, what are the other ways in which we try to make our life better, or what are the other ways in which we try to show our manners, or what are the other things that we need to do. So sometimes you need to make a request, isn't it? If you want to have something that your friend has, for example, your friend here has got 3 balls and now you want to play with one. So what do? You make a request to your friend. All right, what do? You ask your friend, can I have a ball? Okay, so sometimes in life you have to make requests, isn't it? If you want to get something, sometimes you have to say sorry to your friend. For example, see here, all of them are playing on the ground, and suddenly you run and you fall on a friend, and your friend falls down and gets hurt. So you're supposed to say sorry, isn't it? So you say, I'm sorry I hurt you. So there are a lot of things that we do in life, children. Okay, so you make request, you say sorry, all these are formalities, isn't it? You also ask for permission sometimes. Now, why do you ask for permission? So you ask a permission sometimes from your friend. See for what? See, what are you asking your friend? May I borrow your pen, please? Or may I borrow your book, please? May I borrow your eraser, please? So you have to sometimes take something, borrow something from your friend. You have to take permission from your friend. You cannot just open your friend's bag and pull out the pen from your friend's bag and take it. You have to ask your friend for permission. Sometimes you have to seek permission from your parent also. If your friends are playing outside on the ground and you also want to go out and play, so do you ask your father? Do you seek permission from your father at home? You say daddy, or you say papa or baba, can I go out and play with my friends for some time? So can you see, this child is asking for permission from his father or from his papa. Then sometimes you also have to ask for permission from your teacher. See, so she's asking her teacher, may I go to the toilet, please? So many a times you have to ask permission from your teacher also. So in all these cases, children, whether you're taking permission from your friend, or whether you're taking permission from your papa or your mummy, or when you're taking permission from your teacher, you can always speak and ask for the permission. This is called as oral permission. You can always talk to your teacher, you can talk to your friend, you can talk to your mummy or your papa and ask for permission. But suppose the situation is a little different and you have to seek permission from the police inspector. Okay, in case you have to you're having a big function in your house and you want to install a loudspeaker or something in your house, you will need permission from your police station. So you will have to go to the police inspector. So here, can you go and ask the police inspector for permission? Ki sir, can I do this? Can you ask the police inspector like this orally? Or can you talk to him and get permission? No, isn't it? It is difficult, na? You will need to do something else. Okay, so what is the something else we are going to learn today? Sometimes again, as the case in this particular lesson, you have to ask for permission from your principal. In case you have to go to your native place, something has happened in your native place, there is a good event, that is there is a puja or something at your village and you want to go and there are no holidays, but so you will have to ask your school principal for permission. So will you go and stand in front of him and talk and say, sir, I want to go, will you send me please? No, that will not be possible. So in this case also, you will have to ask for permission in another manner. You cannot ask for it orally. So how will you ask for it? You will ask for written permission. In such cases, like if you want permission from your police inspector of your area, if you want permission from your school principal, you will need to be asking for a written permission. You will have to write to your school principal. You will have to write to the inspector of the police station to ask for permission. So, in our lesson also today, there was something which was happening in the school and the children, they wanted permission from their school principal. So, they requested the teacher and now the teacher is going to teach them to write a letter. Okay, so this is the other way of getting permission. One way is orally. When you want permission from your friend, or when you want permission from your mummy, papa, teacher, you can ask it orally. But suppose you want permission from your principal, you will have to write a letter. Now let us see what happened in the school that the children had to write a letter. So the children of this particular school, they were very happy children. Okay, they were happy to go to school every day and they were happy to study, but there was a small issue. Now this issue was regarding the library in the school. Now in the school they had a very beautiful library, and the teacher used to take the children to the library once every week. Okay, so they could go to the library once in a week. There they could read as many books as they wanted. But children, if you go to the library just once in a week, and if the teacher takes you there just for one period, that is for 35 minutes, how many books will you be able to read? Very less, isn't it? You will not be able to complete a book also. So when you start reading a book, you will read around 4 pages of the book, and then the teacher will tell you, okay, come on, give the books back. We have to get back to class. So now the children were very disappointed with this kind of a thing. Why? Because some of them were very interested in reading, and they would have loved to read the whole book, but it was not possible, and they had to wait for 1 week to complete the remaining part of the story. So many of the children were very disappointed with this. Then what did they want? They wanted permission to take the book home. They told the teacher that we will take proper care of the book, teacher. We will not spoil it. So instead of giving us just half an hour to read a book in a week, why don't you allow us to take the book home, so that we can take it home, and whenever we get time, we can read the book. They also promised their teacher that they will take care of the book, they will not spoil the book, okay, and they will bring it back in the same condition in which they have taken the book. So this was what they promised to their teacher. So let us see what happened. The teacher understood their problem, and the teacher decided to help them. Okay, and when the teacher said, yes, okay, I'm going to help you in order to take your book home, but before that we will have to write to the principal seeking her permission. We will have to ask the principal to give us permission in order to take the library book home. So let us see what happened and how they wrote the letter then. So the teacher told them that we will have to write a formal letter in this particular case. And the children were very happy. They were happy for 2 reasons. One reason was that they will get to take the book home. If the principal said yes, they will get to take the book home. And the second reason they were happy was they were learning something new. They were learning how to write a formal letter. So come on, are you also all ready and happy? We are all going to learn how to write a formal letter now. Okay, so that in case you also have some problem, you can help your friends, you can help your parents, or you yourself can write a formal letter. So come on, let's happily go and see how to write a formal letter. So this is the formal letter that the children of this particular school wrote. Okay, so we will not read the letter now. We will try to understand the parts of the letter first, and then we will go and read the letter in the end. Alright, so this is a letter that we are going to write part by part. Come on, let's start and let us see what are the parts of a formal letter. If you want to write a formal letter, you should know, isn't it, that in a formal letter what all should you write? So these what all that you're going to write in a letter are called as parts of a letter. And since we are writing a formal letter, these are all parts of a formal letter. Come on, So let's proceed and let's see what the parts are. So the first part of the formal letter would be writing the sender's address and date. So sender, who's the sender here? The senders are the children, the students of the school. They are the people who are sending the letter to the principal. So they will have to write the sender's address and the date. Okay, so where will you write the sender's address and the date? It should be written in the upper right corner of the page. So now when you're looking at this screen, so you might be watching this video either on your computer screen or you might be watching it on your mobiles. Okay, so find out which is the right hand side. So this is the right hand side. Point out to your right hand. So this is the right hand side, and then move your right hand towards the top of your screen, whether it is the screen of your computer or the screen of your mobile. So that is where you should write the sender's address. Okay, if you have not understood, let us watch it in this particular image. So see, this is suppose a letter. You need not go in and read what is written in the letter. We are just going to see where the parts of the formal letters will appear. So see, where will the sender's address come up? See here. So isn't it in the upper right corner of the page? Okay, so here is where you will write the sender's address. So this is the sender's address. So who will write, what address will you write over here? You will write the address of the school, because there are many children together who are writing this letter, isn't it? Now, it is not the child who's writing this letter from home. So the school's address will come over here. After that, you write the date. Okay, so below the sender's address, you will write the date. So this is the first part of your letter, children, where you write the sender's address and the date in the upper right corner of the page. So take a good look at this, so and fix it up in your mind. Yes, this is where we write the sender's address and the date, which is the first part of your formal letter. Moving on, let us see which is the next part of our formal letter. So the next part of our formal letter is the name or post of the receiver. Now sometimes you do not know the name of the receiver. You know only that person's post. For example, like I said, if you are writing to the police inspector, you don't know who the police inspector is. Okay, you don't know that person personally. So there you will write the post. But in this case, the children do know the name of their school principal, so they might write the name of the school principal also. Alright, so this is the second part of the letter where you write the name or the post of the receiver. Who is the receiver, children? In this case, it is the principal. Otherwise, the person to whom you are writing the letter. Okay, suppose I am writing a letter to you. So I am the sender and you will be the receiver. Okay, so let us see now what will come in the next part of the letter. And where will you write the name of the receiver or the post of the receiver? You will write it near the left margin. Alright, so come on, let's see where you will write it. So this is the same letter again. We just now saw where you are supposed to write the sender's address and the date. So this is where you will write the receiver's name or the address of the receiver. So you can see here the person is writing to the secretary of a school. Okay, and see where what is written here. It is either the name or the post and the address of the receiver. And this is the margin. It is the left side margin. Alright, so this is the second part of your formal letter. where you write the name and the address of the person to whom you are sending the letter, and you write it on the opposite side. Okay, you're writing the sender's address on the right top corner, and you will write the receiver's address on the left side near the margin. Okay, let us move on and let us see the next part of the letter, that is subject of the letter. Which is the next part of the letter? It is subject of the letter. And where will the subject of the letter be written? It will be written below the receiver's address. So wherever you write the receiver's address, just below the receiver's address, you will write subject of the letter. See here, where is the subject written in this letter? Here it is. The subject is written here. Okay? And remember, the subject may be different. In this particular letter that the children are writing to their principal, what will the subject be? Regarding taking the books home. They want to take the library books home, isn't it? But the subject may differ according to the letter, or according to who is writing the letter. So this is part 3 of the formal letter. That is writing the subject of the letter. And it should be written just below the receiver's address. That means near the margin on the left hand side. Below, right after you write the receiver's address, below that you will write the subject of the letter, or what the letter is about. Okay, moving on, let us see the other part of the letters that you have to write. So you have to write the salutation, we call it, but we will not use this big word now. You will just say that you will call that madam or call that sir. You will call him dear, or you might call that person respected. Okay, so you will say dear sir, or you will say dear madam. When you know it is a man, you will say sir. If you know it is a lady, then you will say madam. Okay, this will be what you will write next in your letter. You will write dear sir, or you will write dear madam. And then whatever you write in the letter after dear sir or dear madam should be written in polite language. Polite language means language which is very, you can say, proper, in language which has got a lot of manners. Okay, because remember, this is a formal letter. This is a letter which you are writing to someone who is an important person. Okay, a respected person, someone who is elder to you. Alright, so that letter should be written in very, very polite language. See, where is this dear sir written here? Say, dear sir or madam. Can you see? Okay, so this is where you write the dear sir or madam below the subject. After you write the subject, you write this, dear sir and madam. And then you write whatever you want to write in the letter. Okay, and finally, when you want to end the letter, you write yours faithfully or yours sincerely. When you want to finish the letter, see here, you've written yours faithfully. You can also write yours sincerely, and then you will write your name and you will put in your signature. So children, these are the parts of a formal letter that the children are writing to the school principal. So we have studied each part separately here, and we have seen where these parts should come up in our letter. Now, once you have understood where these parts should come up, and once you have understood how you're supposed to write these parts, let us go back and let us read this letter now. Last time we did not read it, isn't it? This time we will read the letter once again, and this time you will understand it better. So see, here we have the sender's address and date. So what is the sender's address? They are all the children of a particular class, so you cannot write down the names of all the children here, isn't it? So they have written the address of the school. They have written Pragati Vidyalaya, Pustak Marg, Vachanpur. and then they have written the date 6th of July 2014. Then they have written the receiver's address to the principal. So see, they have written the post. They have not written the name. They might still be knowing the name of the principal, but it is better to write the post. So to the principal, same school. Okay, they're not writing it to someone else, isn't it? They're writing it to the principal of their own school. So the same address will come back again here. To the principal, Pragati Vidyalaya, Pustak Marg, Vachanpur. Is there any need to write the date again? Not at all. And see, it is written near the left hand margin. Okay, so remember this also. And where is the receiver's address written? It is written in the right top part of the page, right side corner on the top. And then you write the subject. So what is the subject here? Request for home issue facility. So what did they want actually from the principal? They wanted the principal to allow them to take the library books home, isn't it? So they have written exactly that. So the subject, children, should be short. It should be written in just one sentence. You should not write a whole paragraph as far as the subject is concerned. Okay, so the subject will be short and it will be written in just one sentence. Then they have written, Dear Madam. Okay, you can also write respected madam when you're writing formal letters. Then let's read what is written in the letter. We, the students of standard 4 or class 4, have a request. Okay, so they are asking for permission, but the permission is in the form of a request. Our English teacher, Mrs. Desai, has informed us about many new books that have arrived in our school library. We are eager to read them. So see, they are trying to make the principal understand why are they requesting, why are they asking for permission, because there are many books in the library, new books, and they all want to read the books. However, it is not possible for us to finish reading a book during the library period, which is only once a week. So we discussed this earlier, isn't it? That they have a library period only once a week, and that also just for half an hour. So it is not possible for them to even complete reading one book. But they are very interested in reading, and so they want to take the book home so that they can finish reading it and they can bring it back the next week or probably after a few days. So see the next paragraph. May we have your kind permission, madam, to take the books for home reading. See the language, it is so polite, isn't it? Remember, you're writing to the principal of the school. So you cannot write something like, Madam, please let us take the book home, or why don't you allow us to take the book home? That will be very rude language. So you have to be as well-mannered and as polite as possible. So you write, may we have your kind permission, madam, to take the books for home reading. We promise that we shall take utmost care of the books and return them on time. Now, this is also very important when you are asking for someone's permission for something. Okay, you want to use something or you want to take something home. Okay, or you want to behave in a particular manner, you want to do something, you have to always tell that person or assure that person that you will be taking good care of the books. In case you want to do something, you're asking for permission to do something, there also you will have to promise your principal that you will not cause trouble for others. So this is a promise that you have to make always when you take permission. Okay, suppose in case you're asking for permission to take a leave like we discussed. Okay, you want to go to your native place and you want a leave for suppose a week, but then school is going on and the teachers are teaching. So in that case, what promise will you make? So you will say, I promise that when I come back, I will complete all my notebooks and I will try to keep up with the class. Okay, so here in this case, children, these children want to take the books home. So what promise they will have to give to the principal? That we will take care of the books. That is, we will not throw the books here and there. We will not tear the pages out from the book, and we will be very careful to while reading the book so that we do not damage the book. And also very important, we will return the books on time. Okay, so this part of the letter where you write what you want to write is called as the body of the letter also. Okay, the body of the letter. So this is done now, and finally they write yours faithfully. And who's writing it? All the students of class 4. Okay, so it is not one child, it is all the students of class 4. So our friends of class 4 from Pragati Vidyalaya have written this letter with a lot of effort and with a lot of help also from their teacher. See, so all the children are asking one girl to write. Maybe they're asking her to write because she's got a good handwriting. So all of them have put in their efforts, they've taken help from their teacher, and they have written this letter. Now Principal Madam has read the letter also. So in the next part of the lesson that we have, let us see whether these children have been successful or not in getting permission to take the books home. And suppose they have got the permission, then what should they do? Will they have to say thank you? So that we will have to see when we do the next part of this lesson. Okay, so if you check in your textbook, you have one more lesson under the same name, Know Your Formalities, but that is part 2. So we will be doing that at a later date. So this was all, children, for today.
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.